From ThousandIslandsDiscGolf.com, we bring you a FLYBOY Canada first-class, full-flight conversation. You'll be listening in to Anastasios, Brian, and Greg as we explore the unique world of disc golf. We'll be talking about living the disc golf life in Brockville, from the joys of being on the courses in our backyard to digging deeper into the varied community that surrounds them. Join us as we unbag all that's waiting for you to experience.
Disc golf, yeah. Disc golf, yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Have some akavit. How is it?
Is that how you say it?
I don't know.
That's terrible.
It's good, eh?
Oh, it's terrible.
Of all the hard liquors I've had, this is one of them.
That's why it's called hard liquor.
That's not going to replace bourbon.
No.
No, probably not. So I've had this for a few years, but just reading the label on the back, it says, made from distillate of dill and coriander seeds, rounded with extract of American white oak.
Wow.
I don't taste any of those.
No, me neither.
I'm not sure what I taste.
I taste a hint of engine degreaser.
Where'd you get this bottle from?
So a few years, shall I say, probably 5 years ago, I was in Denmark visiting my son, and that's what I brought home as a souvenir.
How many years ago?
I think it was 2019.
And you still have some left. Says a lot about the booze.
I like
Thanks for helping me try to find a new liquor, but that's not it.
Next week I'll bring Metaxa, Greek brandy.
There you go.
Yeah. Right up there with this stuff.
International flavors, man.
Yeah, we're trying to be cosmopolitan here.
Very European of you.
Yes, it's that northern Viking heritage of mine.
The drink of your people.
Yes, I just can't pronounce it.
Man, this weather we've been having.
It's coming.
Yeah,
It was plus 13 the other day.
Very nice.
Everything's melting.
but we're not done. There's always one more storm. There will be another storm.
You got to remember when we went away last year to on our journey, we left the third week in March, and it was still freezing here.
Yes, it was cold.
Yeah.
It was cold in some of the places we were at too. Still.
Yeah. When we Maryland, I guess, was when it started really warming up.
Yeah, we were able to play in the rain then without freezing.
Yeah, I don't think Pennsylvania was all that warm.
No, it was a little cool
Oh, no,
that first
actually,
morning down by the river. It was nice,
yeah.
but it was still cool.
Yeah.
So, but we'll still get one more storm here maybe.
Right.
It may not stay in the ground, but we'll get more snow.
So we should get out before that storm comes.
Yeah. What are your plans for this year for getting started with stuff?
Well, stuff. Well, yeah. I mean, once the weather turns, I made it. I think my goal this year to do some more field work for sure, along with getting out for a couple road trips. I think.
Nice.
Yeah. Campville for sure. Got to do that. That's not that far.
Of course.
Away. That's
Of course.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of work with that course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, those guys are great. Everybody in Kempville's
I
great.
played it early when I first kind of started. I had the dogs with me. I was coming back from Ottawa and I stopped. And I didn't have U-disc at that time, so I think I was got a little bit lost or whatever. But it seems like the section through the trees is quite beautiful, quite stunning.
When we first played it was only the first 9, and then for what they have to work with it, which is basically a 3-season.
Yeah.
What is it even 3 seasons? Because it closes down during the winter.
For like cross country skiing and stuff is
No idea. It's just that they do close it down in the winter. Boy, man, what a community up there in Kempville.
Right.
Everybody loves playing it. People here love going to Kempville.
Yeah.
And I've enjoyed it.
Nice.
I've had some fun stopping there on my way back from Ottawa.
Right.
Yeah.
If I can find the time and stop in. I started playing there when it was only the 9 holes, and then I showed up that one day and found out went back into the forest at the back.
Yeah.
Right.
And first time through, I was a little lost, but it's been fun. I try to get there a couple times a year.
Dwayne Dow's just done incredible work there, and his young'un Brock is probably one of the best disc golfers in the entire Eastern.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not sure exactly how old he is, but just tremendous performance by that kid.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think my goals this year is to make my game a little bit better by playing more, but hitting more courses, doing a little bit more traveling. I haven't spent a whole lot of time like weekend traveling, weekend warrior.
Right.
I might try and do a little bit more of that this summer if I find the time. But it'd be kind of like the macaroni and cheese thing.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Yeah,
Challenge
let's check
accepted.
back in a little while and see how you're doing.
Yeah. Last year I did go on a trip and I took my discs with me, but I had an injury in my shoulder and I went to Europe and was not able to throw other than in a field. I didn't get to do a course, but I am going to Europe again in April. And we're taking very small bags, but I'm hoping to put about 6 discs in there.
Wow.
And hoping my son and I will play around.
Cool.
And that's hopefully going to be in Portugal.
Oh, man, I'm so jealous. I'm so
Maybe.
jealous.
Right,
Well,
right.
we'll see. I see there's a 9-hole course in Porto, which is the area we'll spend some time in. And then we will be in Madrid as well, but I don't know that I'll get a chance. But yeah, I would like to start notching off a few more courses if I get that opportunity.
Yeah, I want to really go to. I really want to go to Spain. Seppo Payo would travel down over the last few winters and go to this place called Malaga. And I was talking to your boy's girlfriend about it. She's from Spain, right?
She is. She's from Madrid.
That's right. And so I mentioned it, and she's like, "Oh yeah, Malaga, it's beautiful." I'm like, "Yeah, I want to go play there. I want to go play with the goats in the fields, and it's just the topography is amazing. It's just cliffs and he did these great videos, and I literally sat there and was like, that's where I'm going. I mean,
Wow.
if that, a winter trip,
Yeah.
go to Spain.
Sweet, man.
I've been to the Malaga airport.
Have you?
Yes, we missed our flight out of, we did a Montreal to Toronto, I think, missed our connection, and next thing you know, we're on another flight. We ended up in Malaga, and then caught a little puddle jumper to go across to Morocco.
That's a great story.
Yeah, but
Yeah, you were there
that's
for
it.
2
all
seconds.
All I saw was the airport.
was amazing.
I have been to the Malaga airport.
Duty-free
I'm
was
just saying I was there, man.
I was there.
Okay, here's a question for you. When I travel by plane anywhere and I'm forced to take a layover flight, do you guys, what's your goal? Is it like the quickest layover? Is it longer layover because you're worried about your luggage? Or are you like me and you actually pick where you go
Right.
based on the food you can eat in the airport? So I'm not really talking about a layover. What do you call it when you have a...
Connections.
Connections.
Okay,
I'm talking
okay.
connections.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
mean...
If you do make a connection, you try to keep it at 2 hours, so your luggage goes with you.
Well, I agree with that, but I go 3-4 hours. If I have an option between going to Newark Airport or going to Chicago for 4 hours and having beers and a Chicago hot dogs and a slice of pizza, I'll go there because that's part of my trip. That's how I view it.
Nice.
I've flown to Philly. I've done a 3-hour layover just so I can have a cheesesteak.
Did you find a good one?
Oh, right in the airport.
Really, eh?
No, I never leave the airport. These like the Chicago airport,
Right.
Philly airport.
Right.
Oh man, you can sit there. And,
Really, eh? 'Cause, yeah,
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it
Yeah,
because
see, I mean-
I'm committed to 2 hours anyway.
Right.
So saying an extra hour and then you get to eat a local food
Right.
that's there. I'm in. Sold.
I've never thought of it that way.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying. Think about it.
In the future.
I think about eating food a lot, but
yeah.
I don't plan it that well.
What am I going to work on this year? I'm going to start playing with my left foot. No. I'm going to get out for a lot more rounds this year. I think I'm excited about it. I think the biggest thing is just actually going out and playing. Go out there for the first little while by myself. Get the feel for it again. I'm glad I didn't play much over the winter. I feel like every time I play over the winter, I come out of the winter with big mistakes
Right.
and things I have to change. But no, when I left the warehouse yesterday and I went outside and I looked across the field where we do our field work and I saw green,
Right.
like brown green, whatever,
Oh, sure,
but ground,
sure.
not
Patches of?
patches of. I was like,
I know.
oh
Lack
boy,
of snow.
yeah.
Oh, I can't wait.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about some other stuff. Cheers.
Cheers. Good call.
Yeah, very good.
Cheers.
Disc golf, yeah.
I asked the guys to bring their disc golf bag as if I was going to take them out to a course that they've never played, never heard anything about. They don't know what to expect, what the course is like, anything about it whatsoever, what disc they would bring with them, and what that bag would look like. So we're going to start with Greg. You've got your discs here in front of us.
I do.
And so the total amount of discs that you would bring with you in your travel unknowing bag is?
I am sitting here with 14 discs right now.
Yeah,
That is almost half of my active discs.
All right, Greg, so take us through it. Start with your putters. What are you bringing?
My main putter is this red Woodchuck Daredevil disc. That is my main one, and it's for the long putts, the ones that hit the trees and that sort of thing. If I want to get down to the finesse, I've got my purple Woodchuck. So those are my putters. That's really what it is. And then I have my Paul Ulibarri, which was always my favorite putter, and it's my backup one. If I just feel I need to do something a little different, or I'm having a bad day, I will try that one. It goes where I want it to go. All of them, I find, are very straight putts.
Nice. Quick question on the. I also love the Woodchuck. So there's two different ones. Is there a difference in the plastic or anything? Is it,
No, Woodchuck is only one plastic.
it's only one. It's the softy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure.
But look at the shape of them.
Yeah, I know.
The red one is all, it's all wavy and beat up and bent,
Yeah.
but it still flies straight.
Yeah.
So that's the one I prefer to throw.
Yeah.
I'm trying to break in this purple
Gotcha,
one.
okay,
But they feel different. Just try them.
Yeah, for sure. This
Red is just so soft.
I got the. I'll show you mine a little bit later. But yeah. It's I love those discs, man.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the Buy Canadian or anything else, but people are picking up Woodchucks and a lot of Daredevil these days, and it's good for them.
Nice call. Yeah.
Proud to be supporters of Daredevil. All right, now you're on to your approach discs.
I guess that's what they are, yes. Yeah, my first one is it's clear.
It's an A2, a 400 Prodigy A2.
It's an A2. I do not throw this very often, but I have this idea in my head that I will throw it and it's going to break the opposite way that I normally throw. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
You mean it's really overstable?
Yes. Mm-hmm. So that one only gets used in those really tight spots where it's against the way I normally throw. I will try and throw that one. I don't know. It might work. Then I have this next one, which is
300 A2.
Yes, that's what I was thinking it was. This is a FLYBOY Aviation, and I really have not thrown
Original
it.
FLYBOY, Georgia.
It is original that I bought down in Georgia at the factory.
Prodigy warehouse, yeah.
Yes, at the warehouse. I've only thrown it a couple of times. I start off with it on a more of a driver disc on those shorter courses.
Okay.
But I would almost consider that a driver on a short course.
Okay.
Yeah. So
it's fine. It's fine.
'cause I don't throw a lot of different discs, so I don't know what they all do. So I have my MX1. Again, I have not thrown that very much, but I take it with me because I'm thinking I'm going to throw it. I don't know what it's going to do.
This is the best episode ever. Okay, all right. I don't know what it does,
But I'm bringing it along.
I mean, this is one I have to have with me on a course I've never played before. I don't know what it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, wait. This is funny?
It's not funny. It's great.
Okay.
It's
Because
entertainment.
most people would don't even know that they would. This is their real truth.
Okay, M2 reblend, Prodigy. This disc is one of my 5 standard discs that I throw. This is what I mainly throw as my approach, my mid-range, and my short driver.
May I ask you, what happens when you throw that? Like, what's the
Straight.
Straight as an arrow, eh?
It is so straight for me.
Okay.
Just the way I throw it.
Brian, is it overstable? What's the numbers on?
It's slightly overstable. That's what I love about the reblend M2.
Yeah.
But again, he's talking about a forehand. He throws everything forehand, right?
Right.
So he's putting a lot of torque on it. So when he says it is very straight with a really nice finish, and that's why I love it. It's a very dependable finish. It's the best M2 they make as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
But he's saying straight, and it is straight, but it definitely comes back.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
It's predictable, though.
It's not going to turn over on him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Funnel and Wiser's 3 this disc gets a majority of the throws.
Nice.
Right on.
So
I did buy one after listening to you guys talk about it, so that's why I was asking about the flight pattern and all that stuff, but you're forehand, so that's a conversation for another day. Sorry, please continue with this.
I'm just
medley
going
of
to,
discs.
just an add-on
Yeah.
to what he's saying. Sorry for interrupting, but I agree. The M2, like Wiser's 3 specifically, my favorite disc.
Right.
One disc, that's it.
okay, we agree on something.
We agree on the M2 reblend all day long.
That is excellent. Okay, MX3. This disc is well beat up. I use this a lot until I got the M2. They fly different, but this one was very predictable for me. I don't remember exactly what it does, but after the first throw, I'll remember what it does, and then I know where to aim.
We'll tape that.
Well, okay, so but why would you? I think the reason why you love the M2 is because you did break in the MX3 so much that when you were throwing it, you were turning it over. It was cutting on you, and I said you got to get a beefier disc. So why would you have that as a? Is it just because I always want to have it in my bag? Is that really what it is?
No,
or?
it's predictable. If I know where to aim with this, it's very predictable. It goes where I want it to go. But I have to have the space to throw it. So I do know where this disc will go. You take those first ones, the A2.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that when I throw that, it's not predictable to me where it's going to land because I haven't got the experience with it.
Right.
I really need to just get out in a field and throw
That's
and throw
it.
and
That's
throw.
it.
For me, it's all repeat and remember because the numbers, I don't pay a lot of attention to the numbers. Yeah, it's...
He doesn't pay a lot of attention to the numbers, but on his phone, he's got every disc he owns logged into a program to tell him exactly what the numbers are. What? So how are you utilizing that information on your phone against the discs that you're throwing?
One at a time. One at a time. I'll throw a disc and then look at the numbers and go, okay, maybe that's what that means. It's not good. I don't actually refer to my list. That's, in case I lose one of those discs, I want to know what I have to go back and get again.
Great. Okay, so sorry for jumping in again. Just another quick question, but you've been playing for 4 years, right?
Yes.
Okay, and so I just want to let any listeners know that there's no rush to learn your discs.
No, you know what? You can still have fun and not know what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about.
What is it that I say to you, Brian?
No, you don't say it. I've never heard you say it. Next disc.
Next is it's a FLYBOY disc here. It's Shadowfax.
That's right.
And I have a lot of fun with this one. And again, it's like the MX3. It goes, I find, about the same distance. It's got a little bit different spin to it, so it goes, I have to throw it a different angle, but I will use that on like number 3 blues at FLYBOY Canada 1. I don't know, it just works really well there. But that's about the only place I ever throw it because I don't really know what it's going to do all the time except there.
Okay, next one up.
Nice.
This one's called a Tragically Hip disc, and it's yellow.
That is the Daredevil Timberwolf lightweight.
Man, I tried that last year at the Funnel was the first time I threw this, and I was really amazed, and it was at the end of the year. So I haven't thrown it since then, but I am really looking forward to getting out and throwing that this year.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how far it went.
Yeah.
It's unbelievably sneaky, eh? Just
Yeah,
such sneaky distance on it.
It's,
And I don't know what the weight is on it.
159.
I'm looking forward to throwing that one more this year, but I'm not sure where it's going to come in handy. But I'm going to just start throwing it, and then halfway through the year, I'll know where it's supposed to go.
You'll throw it a mile, right?
To me, that's just a winner disc. Like a winner, not winter, a winner.
Winner,
It's
champion.
it's just so fun to throw it. It's just so,
I couldn't
it just
believe
keeps
how
going.
easy it was to throw, and it just kept going.
Right.
It just seemed to sit in the air and go. Now, this is my only dyed disc.
That's a J time and die.
That is, and I won that at one of our sort of club events.
Yeah.
I think it was third place, but I got to pick the best prize.
That is got to be one of his all-time best dies.
Sweet one, man.
It is, you know what? This disc throws really well. It's
Vanish.
Yeah, Vanish. Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know what? I one place I like to throw that is right at the first hole of FLYBOY Canada 1. Right in that opening hole. So, next one is my Wave. This is my driver disc. That is my backup to my driver disc. Backup to my duplicate driver disc.
Okay. So that's the third in line?
Most of the time, because I don't want to lose this. I got this disc down in Georgia. It was given to me by Kelly. I throw it very well, so I like it. It throws almost the same as my, I use my Brockville Disc Golf Club, the pink one. It's
X3 Air Spectrum.
Yeah, that's what it is. I knew. That is my driver disc right there. That is the one that I'm going to throw most of the time. And then I have a second one just in case I lose that one.
Yeah, okay.
But every now and then...
How are those comparing in flight? Same disc, new and old?
The blue one I can't predict as well as this beat-in pink one. I don't know. The blue one just feels different. The blue one feels thicker, heavier, not as flexible.
I get it.
And then...
How's the dome on it? What's the comparative dome between the two?
Let's see.
Oh, that pink one's a little... No, they look about the same.
Yeah.
No.
The pink one's a little more beat in. It's hit a lot of trees across the U.S. and Canada.
All right.
The Wave disc, though, is a great backup disc. If I can't find my main driver disc, I would probably use this one, but I really just don't want to lose this one.
Cool.
So why are you bringing it? Again, my question is, you don't know the course. You don't know what's behind what you see. It's a driver, so there's a chance you could lose it.
No, it's okay. It's fine. It's
You
got
like
two.
it, you just don't like it that much.
Well, no, it's got two phone numbers on it. If I lose it in Canada, it has my number, and then if I lose it in the U.S., it has Kelly's number on it.
What happens when you lose it in Europe when you go to Portugal?
This one probably won't go. I'm very limited on what I can take to Portugal.
Right.
And I may not even, I'll probably take only one driver with me, and I'll take the Brockville disc golf one.
I got another question. Thank you for sharing your lack of knowledge on these discs.
Yeah, you're welcome. You know what? And I'm still going to go out and have fun.
You are. But let's talk about one last thing here. Putters aside, you get to keep one putter wherever we're going. You're only allowed to bring two discs. One's a putter and one's one other disc. Which one of those discs are you bringing with you other than the putter?
The M2 blend.
The M2 reblend.
I would absolutely take that. I will sacrifice the distance for the control that I have in that one.
I gotta agree with you, man. I gotta agree with you. I feel the same way. So M2 reblend for you is your only other disc other than your, I'm assuming...
I would take the red
woodchuck.
the one that's beat to heck, because again, my discs have to be predictable. And if they're predictable, I can adjust my throw to make them go where I need them to go. And I know that's not the design, but that's why I only need 14 discs, is because I will adjust my throw rather than pick a different disc. I just haven't spent the time to learn them.
No, it's amazing that you may not know the terminology or the flight numbers or anything else like that, but put that disc in your hand and you can adjust your throw.
I do.
That's being intuitive to the tools you're using. Yeah. So
I get used to the disc. I would take those 14 discs, but I bet you I would only throw 5 of them over 18 holes.
I agree with you. After being on the road with you for as long as we were last year, you gravitated towards known discs.
I do.
Listen, man, I can't thank you enough for explaining to people that you can go out, play disc golf, have a fantastic time, learn things without actually having to learn things.
Yeah, you learn
and take other people out to play.
Exactly. And you learn.
Oh, well, you did. Okay, so let's tag on one more question here. These are all the discs that you have here in your bag, and you are out on the course, and somebody you run into just shows up and decides they want to play. What disc out of the whole kit right here are you handing them to play their first round?
Wow. I mean, I'd probably just give them a putter.
Your beat-in woodchuck or your new woodchuck?
No, they'd get the purple one. They're not getting the red one.
All right, Greg, thanks for sharing this with us.
That was awesome, man.
Yeah, it was really good. We're going to take a quick pause, and Anastasios is up.
Disc golf, yeah.
All right, Anastasios, it's your turn.
Okay. Very exciting, man. So I did keep it the parameters in mind. I'm going to a course that I don't know. Greg, you'll be happy to know that the total is 15.
Of course.
Yeah,
Wow.
Just
Had
by
to
one.
have more.
Yeah. But check it out. Putters, my woodchuck, man. And
Okay, let me hold that
yeah,
woodchuck.
it's beat up as yours is.
It is as warped as mine.
It is.
You know what? I think it's warped less than mine.
Oh, I'll hit some more trees with it. But the reason I think I love the woodchuck so much is it's a great putter. But I think it's I say this to other people as well. I think it's a valuable tool to have, because if you're in a certain situation where you need this thing to like flop down and lay flat and not roll down a hill, you know what I mean? This is a better chance. I think it's just good to have in your toolbox.
Yeah, it's a great utility disc in the sense that
It flops. It's
just dumps.
Yeah. And
But
kind
it's
of my,
not your everyday putter.
Well, it's kind of my almost my clutch putter. If things aren't dropping for me and like I feel like I need to change it up from the PA4, I'm missing a few putts, things have snapped out a little bit or spun out, then I'll use this more than just for those situations.
Predictable.
It is. Yeah, so next in line would be the PA4, which is my main putter in the sorry, what's
300 fractal.
300 fractal.
A FLYBOY. Yeah.
Yeah. Love that disc. Thanks, man. And
So that's your main putter.
that's my main putter. It feels great. I can snap it. Get a lot of spin on it, and it flies really, really straight.
So you like the fact that it doesn't have a bead.
I don't. Yeah. I'm beadless.
You're You're not beatless.
No, beadless. Yeah. I love that disc. And then, of course, probably my main approach disc and putter is, I use it for putting as well. If things aren't happening with the other two, I'll use this for putting. But the PA5 in the 400 plastic is, I love this disc.
And so, do you find that you gravitate towards that if you're sort of just slightly outside of your normal distance from the basket?
Yeah,
You grab the PA.
it's still a bit too long to putt. I need like a 80 foot, 60 foot, something like that. This is it. I know it's coming out clean and straight to the target, baby.
Yeah. So, but you're putting with it.
And I'm playing with it, as well. Yeah.
But I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Are you putting it Are you putting with it when you get outside the area of which your PA4? You feel comfortable putting with your PA4?
This a little bit longer.
Right.
That's the question you're asking?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Yeah. And for approaches as well.
Right.
Yeah. Those are the three in the top section of my bag. Yeah.
Those are can't live without.
Yeah. That's it, man. Those three things. I do have like moving down the stack is the A3, which is would come on a trip with me.
Yeah.
I haven't quite nailed it yet, but like for those approaches, it's I'm starting to dial it in. So I might use it in certain situations, but it's been in the bag lately. A3.
Is that a reblend?
No, it's it's a 500. Needs to hit some more trees. I think you can feel that if you want.
pretty
I can
new,
do that
isn't it?
for you.
Yeah. Please borrow it for a week.
Yeah, very, very stiff.
It is. But nice feeling disc though still.
A3 is a winner when you need to dump when you want it to dump.
Yeah.
And have that overstable. It's pretty cool.
Swoop into the basket,
Yeah.
if you will. Kawa! I love discs too much. So moving down, I guess if there was a crowd of people watching and I need a straight flyer out of the gate, I go with this RPM. And forgive me if I'm saying this wrong. I don't know how to say most of their models' names, but Pia Waka Waka.
I know.
Is that right?
It's a crazy name.
They have
It's
crazy
great.
names.
Yeah.
But man, do I love this disc.
Yeah.
Like it's, I'm not even sure on the weight of it. I know it's a little bit heavier, but just solid. I grab it out of the bag, no warm up, throw it, and it's just gonna, I think the bulk of my selections are discs that I know they're gonna fly straight for me.
Right.
Different weights, different, maybe slightly different flight patterns, but I'm going with things that I'm going to rely on that day because I don't know what's going to happen, right?
I know that I know what's coming up next because I can see it.
Yeah.
But you are right. The Pewakwak is a full weight mid range.
It is.
So
yeah. I think it's like a 6, but it's like for me it's I don't have maybe quite the arm speed, so it's probably like doesn't fly quite as far as I would like, but it's solid. It's a solid disc.
It looks well worn in.
Yeah.
But you talk about, okay, I don't know a whole lot. You talk about weight.
Yeah.
What makes you choose a heavier disc or a lighter disc?
So if the, I guess in the wind, I'll go with something heavier, you know? Yeah, because the lightweight stuff will tend to, you know, catch something and take off on you. So if I need something solid in a strong wind, I'll go with the heavier discs. When I need a little bit more pop, I'm going lighter.
Yeah. So if it was less windy, what
Yeah.
disc would you throw instead of this?
Well, next in line, thanks Greg for asking, is my Air Spectrum M4.
Classic.
Yeah. Let's feel that, baby. She's nice. And that's that's my solid straight
I like
flyer.
the feel of that one.
But it'll, you know how you talked about when you're throwing something and you can make that disc do whatever you need it to do? That's that disc for me as well. Can hit all sorts of different angles with it. In case of emergency, whip that out.
It's a decent lighter weight disc.
Yeah.
And it's
How much
cool.
is that one?
Does that say 161?
Yeah, that'd be about right. Yeah.
I think I bought a blue one that was like a little bit lighter.
It's amazing that M4 handles the torque as well as it does, being a lightweight
Yeah,
disc.
when it snaps out, sometimes it's a thing of beauty.
I like just to hold it, I like the feel of it.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, it's a great disc.
So that's, I mean, the P Waka Waka is pretty stable. That one is stable. So I do have a couple of fuses as well. Mm-hmm. A lightweight one that I got not that long ago, which in the Opto Air plastic.
Looks soft.
It is. It's nice. I really like the fuse. I have this blue fuse here and the gold ice. It's 180, but yeah, in those heavy wind situations when it's probably more like an approach for me because I'm not throwing it that far. But man, this disc it's another go-to. Just dead ass straight, man.
At 180.
180 grams, yeah.
I don't think I have anything that
Yeah,
heavy.
I feel that, man. But it's nice though too. Doesn't feel that heavy, but
Feels solid.
yeah, it's a great disc.
Probably take down a tree.
Yeah, I think I got an ace with that, but I won't bring that up.
Oh, hey now.
Yeah.
So when do you choose to go between the full weight and the lightweight? Or
Wind. Fuse-wise, yeah, it's all about the wind.
right, and that's
Yeah.
why you're bagging it for the course you don't know because you don't know what
You
the
don't know what
weather's
it's
like.
going to be like that day. Got my bases covered, man.
Right on, man. Okay.
Yeah. So
You knew what the assignment was.
I think I do. I don't know. Talking out of my, you know what. So then next is the Rock 3 by Innova, which is overstable mid. Got this, I think, on, you know, truth be told, on Amazon. And I don't know why I got it, why it ended up, but it did. And you know, I later learned what overstable and stable meant. We should maybe have that conversation.
Yes,
someday.
we should.
We should, for sure. So in certain situations where I need this thing to fly, you know, a good distance straight and then hit the right for me, then this is my go-to disc.
You've got this thing beaten in
Yeah,
pretty nicely, so it's really
certain
starting
situations
to feel
I go
gummy,
to-
eh?
It's lovely.
It's had a lot of use.
It has. It's a nice disc, man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it's not blue.
Yeah, I know most of them are. If you look at the front part of my bag and see the Greek flag, you know, understand why everything's blue or white. Okay, so I'm moving, I guess, up to some fairway drivers.
Yeah, I guess you are.
I am, I think, yeah. So this is another RPM. How do I say this one, man? Huia. Huey.
I don't want to offend anybody. I don't know.
You don't offend anybody from New Zealand.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my tape is on there from my ribbon. So this is an overstable fairway driver, like I think I wrote it down, 7502. Same situation, kind of like the Rock that I just had, but I need a little bit more distance and then that dump.
There you go. That
Yeah.
sounds right. And that plastic feels kind of a lot like the DX plastic, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
This is the
Strata, I think.
the Strata. So
Yeah.
yeah, I guess the Strata. And it's 167 too.
Yeah.
Grams.
Nice disc.
Excellent. That's
I
very
bought-
cool. So this is like T-Bird. This is like the
Yeah.
F1, F2. It's I guess the T-Bird would be the closest thing.
Yeah.
So the 7502 is a very popular number
Yeah.
system for
Great.
a slightly overstable.
Good
fairway.
in a lot of situations. I think that, you know, on a course that I don't know, I probably would use that disc, I think.
And that's white. So you've been throwing that in the wintertime with the.
I had a ribbon on it.
How
What?
long?
18 inches. Yeah. I'll just keep on trucking, man. So I'm off to my reblend. It's not the M2.
That's a pretty disc.
It's the F5. I got this not that long ago, and I feel that, man. It's lovely. Full disclosure is primarily, a mid-range thrower with my arm speed and stuff. Like I feel like I heard this analogy for traditional golf, but Corey Pavin, do you remember that guy, the golfer? He was a good golfer for a while, and he couldn't hit as long as the other guys.
Yeah.
But his short game was good.
Right.
So that's kind of like, I think my approach until I get I can get some more distance or whatever is making sure that I'm staying in the fairway and really trying to work on my second shot.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because my drive's not that good.
Hey, let me ask you.
Yeah, but you'll still shoot the same as someone with a long drive that doesn't putt as well.
So the drivers that I have...
It's a very good point, Greg. I mean, actually, that's kind of where I was leading to as well. I mean, if it takes you 2 shots with the same disc to get you right under the basket for an easy par 3,
right,
you're doing the right thing. Know your game.
Yeah, for sure.
Just get there, right?
For sure. And like I enjoy, hitting a really sweet long putt as well, right? Like, there's those things So the distance will come. I'm not obsessed with it. I just trying to pick drivers that will do the job. Moving on is my H7 and the 200 plastic. I bought it because it was lightweight, and it's got this big swooping kind of flight pattern.
Yep.
And when you hit it, it's nice. So in certain situations, if it's wide open, I whip out the H7 and have a nice day.
So you like that one just for the beauty of the flight of it?
The flight of it, the lightweight. I feel like I've spent a short time with that disc, but it's flying nice for me.
Excellent.
Yeah. Good.
And that's 200 plastic H7.
Yeah.
It cost you a whopping
$10.
It's great that you've got like you were saying that you're taking a 200 plastic cheapo that you got out of our triple bin out on the road with you as a
because it actually feels good, and if you hit it, it goes for me a mile, which is nice.
Nice.
And then I'm down to like my 3 drivers. They'll get limited use. An H3. I have an H3 Air Spectrum.
That's an H3 Air Spectrum. That's right. It's a lightweight H3. Yeah.
Love it. Threw it great a few times. My driver de jour is this H4 Air, the V2 H4 Air.
So great,
Listen to this, Greg. I love you, disc.
How long have you had that one?
This one, not so long. I unfortunately, I think I talked about this in a previous episode, but I had a couple of these, and right out of the get-go, it feels great for a driver. The light, I just want to. Well, I want to whip it through your window right now.
Can I hold your disc?
Please.
Thank you.
So that's my favorite driver.
So you're looking at 2 lightweight H series
Everything
discs.
for me is pretty much lightweight.
Yeah, but the H3V2 is they've changed their numbers, so it's basically Prodigy's straightest flying driver that you can get.
Yeah.
The fact that you've got an Air Spectrum, which I love as well, and multiple people come in and pick them up, and we've talked to let them throw mine, and they love it as well. It's just a beautiful straight flight. Yeah. And I'm agreeing with you with the H4 V2 because I love the flight of the H4 V2. That before they changed the numbers on the H3, they used to be different numbers. So every time I would throw it, I was like, it's not doing what it's supposed to do. So it's me.
Right.
And then I gravitated towards the H4 V2 in full weight, and that was always the disc that just sort of not super distance. Yeah. Like it wasn't like didn't replace like my X5s when I really looked for distance, but it's a controllable flight, slightly understable, comes back beautifully. It's just so dependable.
It's like you don't have to like crazily rip it or anything. The right amount of speed, obviously, but for me, if I throw it just slightly anhyzer, and it just comes out and it just does this beautiful like I can flex it pretty much consistently, and that's what I love about that disc. And I guess I didn't flex it so nice a couple times and I lost a couple, but I love that disc. So love it. And then the last but not least is my newly purchased X3.
X3 Air Spectrum.
Yes. Yeah.
So when did you buy that one?
I'm gonna say about a month ago.
So you haven't bought anything in a month?
No, I think I went a week later after that. Haven't been in a couple weeks, but the spring's coming, man. Credit card's a little bit high right now too, so I'll figure it out. But that's
we're
it, man.
losing you soon to big journey to Punta Cana,
I'm
right?
going, yeah. I'm leaving on late Friday morning, I guess. Gone for a week, yeah.
That's the Helianor.
The Helianor, yeah.
30th?
First annual.
But it's the 30th anniversary?
It is of the band, yeah.
Right
yeah.
on. So you're going to be down there. Are you bringing any discs with you?
I'm going to bring a couple. Yeah, Doug's going to bring a couple too. He's hardcore like me, so we'll do
Should
that before I
throw
go.
some from the stage.
Let's hurt somebody. Thanks for coming on this trip with us. Boom in the face.
They're going to throw things at you, so.
Hopefully not.
Okay, so let's talk about this quickly. Thank you for sharing your disc. So out of all these,
Yep.
If you had only one disc outside of a putter, we've already established that, outside of a putter, you keep your putter.
Yeah.
But out of all of these, you're only allowed to play with one disc, and you don't know what the course is.
Yeah.
Which disc are you grabbing?
Wow. I would, you know what? I would probably go with the full weight fuse.
Right on.
That's just gets a lot of use. I know what it's going to do. Might not chuck it as far, but I know uber reliable.
Right.
Going with that one. Yeah.
Fuse is a great disc. It's
Yeah.
slightly unstable disc. It's fantastic for anybody, and I agree with you. Like that's a solid choice.
Love you, baby.
All right, and our last question on your stack is: if you're on the course and somebody shows up and you don't know who they are, what they can do, which one of these discs are you going to sacrifice so that they have the best round they can?
I have and always will PA5. I've lent that disc to a lot of people. I think I've turned that disc onto a lot of people as well. That's yeah. I think after the M4, it's my favorite disc. I give that to everybody. Here, take this disc and have a good round, and they usually do.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
This has all been fantastic. Thanks. That's a lot of information. We're going to take a break. Hopefully we can come back and maybe take a call or something. So,
Disc golf, yeah.
Hey guys, it's James, your buddy from Alberta. I'm looking forward to coming back to Brockville and playing again this year. I'm just waiting on the boss to make that call. Miss you guys. Really happy you got this podcast going. Loving the show. Loving hearing everything you guys have to say. I haven't had pizza in Brockville yet, so I have no opinion on that. But thanks for all that advice. I will definitely check out some pizza when I get out there again. But here's my question. I finally caved and bought myself a cart for my bag, and I've got it all set up with a putter pouch and some accessory bag and a cooler bag, and it's pretty great. I'm loving it. So my question would be is what accessories would you bring with you to the course? Obviously a disc retriever pole is something, every good player should have with them, and I always have some bug spray, but what would you guys recommend? What would be something else you could add to the cart or add to your bag to, help you or assist you, or what's some accessories which should be pretty handy to have? But anyways, it's great. Loving the podcast, guys. Can't wait to hear from you, and hopefully see you soon later this year.
Nice, James.
Great guy.
Yeah.
That whole crew from Alberta doing the fiber optics here.
Right.
I think that's what they're doing is fiber optics.
I've seen them out there. I remember those guys. Nice guys. Right.
Go ahead.
Oh, I mean, if you're rocking the cart, I think you could never have enough bug spray, man. That's the one thing that can ruin a round pretty quickly, and someone will forget. So all the ticks, all that kind of stuff. You got the room, you got the cartage. Load up some extra bug spray.
Oh, and if there's anything you're going to share out of your bag,
that's it.
It will be the bug spray.
Yeah.
And it's not even somebody in your group.
Years ago when we were doing a tour and we were in Martha's Vineyard playing around, and we got up there and first hole, and this gentleman who's a local was like, boys, you got some bug spray? And we're like, no, we weren't thinking about it because it was a midwinter kind of tour. And he said, no, the ticks are terrible.
Right.
Here, take mine. Like you've got to dose up. So
yeah. Got the room.
Spray,
Carry some more.
What else you got?
Well, once again, if I have the cart, I'm throwing a speaker on that thing, man.
Oh yeah.
Right. I will lug mine once in a while in my bag. It all depends on the round, and you don't want to, if it's super busy, you're not cranking it up or whatever. But I find in my bag. Sometimes it like vibrates, so it doesn't sound great. So anyway, so if I had a cart, I'm sure I'd figure out a way to mount it for optimum sound quality. That's what I would do.
This is not the first time I've referenced Caddyshack,
Right.
but I believe in Caddyshack they had a speaker in the bag.
Rodney.
Yeah, that movie's so old. I think it was like a radio. I think.
Yeah, that's right. It was a big ass radio.
What would you throw on there?
You know what? After the retriever and the bug spray, which are probably the two most important, is cloths. Got to clean your discs when you tombstone into that mud hole.
Right.
You got to clean it off afterwards. I've spent a couple of times where I've cleaned it off with my hands, and then used the rag to clean my hands, the cloth. That's probably the most important. But then again, the other one is if you're not in the bugs, you're going to be in the sun. So you're going to want your sunscreen.
Right.
Yeah, I can't agree with you more. Bug spray, sunscreen, got to be top two.
Right.
Got to be top two for sure. And for me, I know the retriever's great, but the one saving grace that I have in my bag is a baseball. Sometimes a retriever won't get what you need.
Right.
Every once in a while, you just need something to get up there and knock that thing out of there if you can. Some places actually sell like old school slingshots, you know what I mean, to have in your bag just in case. Beyond the baseball, I once played around. Black flies were terrible,
Right.
and they literally went into my ears. I got one caught in there, and it just irritated me, to no end. So I immediately went out and I bought one of these bug nets that you put over your hat.
wow.
It's not necessary at all, but again, we're talking about places you've never been, whatever else. But you get one of these things for a few bucks. You find yourself in deep bug land. You can just put it under your hat if you don't mind looking like a fool.
Well, that's it.
But comfort is pretty much key. And then beyond that, I think the last one would be a chalk bag. I mean,
Right.
deep summer, hot heat, you never know. You may have super dry hands, or you may not. You sweat a lot. I'm not sure, but a good chalk bag will really make sure you get that grip.
Yep.
You see it. You see pros using them all the time.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Chalk bag is pretty fantastic.
Yeah,
So
wet hands are not good to throw with.
No, of course.
It's not. And because my discs go in the creek a lot, I end up with wet hands.
Absolutely. You've got insect repellent, you got sunscreen, lots of towels, chalk bags, maybe a baseball just for those that are out of reach that you can't get to.
Speaker.
Speaker. Way up there on the list. Way up there on the list. I'm sure that everybody else on the course is going to love it.
Oh, you don't get no respect.
Yeah.
And then what else can you think about? You can think about throw a lighter in your bag. You never know. You find that one card mate that you're playing with who forgot theirs. It's always those are courtesy items. Grab a snack. Bring a snack with you. Just a granola bar, something that's going to like halfway through the round, some jerky or something.
Sure.
They're not necessary, but I'm just saying that you never know. Halfway through 18 holes, you get. We played in Vermont, Smuggler's Notch. I mean, that's a long
There's a
round.
long way to go.
And to go with like a little.
And I get hungry.
To get a little bit of
See,
juice.
like a course like that, you would think, maybe you're hoping a cart would come around.
Yeah.
Hot dogs and beer. Sold.
Yeah, exactly. So you're saying we do want green fees to be $40.
Yeah.
Anybody else got that? Anything else to add?
I was thinking if you have a cart, you could probably take every disc you own.
You could take a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. All 40
Like
of
all
them.
40.
Thanks, James. That was a great question. We look forward to seeing you back here again. We miss you. So thanks for calling in and
thank you.
giving us your question. So we good?
That was great. Yeah. Good question.
We are
good times.
We're going to zip up this conversation until our next round.
Yeah.
There you go. Disc golf, yeah.
Disc golf, yeah.
Right on, guys.